Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing Nuke.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just get right into it. The Charlo brothers are fighting BUMS again. Yes, these guys have just released their new fights, and basically they're fighting tomato cans yet again. I don't know why anyone is ever surprised by this. A lot of these fanboy channels are trying to keep that shit under wraps, not wanting us to talk about it. Their favorite excuse nowadays is basically saying, oh, well, no one else wanted to fight these guys. First of all, Canelo's booked and Triple G still looking for basically a platform to set up his fight. So how can you expect either one of these guys to fight you right away anyway? But that's beside the point. Both of these guys are fighting tomato cans. There was definitely better opposition for both of these guys to fight, and yet they still take on the lowest of the low and the sorry of the bunch. And let me prove to you how much these guys are tomato cans, how much they're scrubs. And this proves the same narrative that I've been telling you, the same shit, that these guys are all fucking hype. Let's just break it down. Jermall Charlo takes on Willie Monroe Jr. and Jermall Charlo takes on Tony Harris. Now both of these guys will be fighting on December 22nd at the Barclays Center. This is on Fox and Fox Deportes. Now let's take a look at each one of these tomato cans individually and see who is who, what is what, and why is why. Tony Harris, let's start with him. So Tony Harris will be fighting Jermall Charlo. Tony Harris is 27 wins, 2 defeats with 21 knockouts. But out of his 2 defeats, he's been knocked out 2 fucking times. And his most recent knockout was against Jarrett Swift-Hurd. So basically, Jermall Charlo talks all this shit about Jarrett Swift-Hurd, and he's going to fight a guy that's been stopped twice already. And this is how you end your fucking year? By fighting no one else? A fucking tomato can who's already been stopped twice. This is a showcase fight for Jermall Charlo. There's nothing impressive about this fight. He didn't fight an Erislandy Lara. He didn't fight any other big name. He fought a guy that's been knocked out twice. In his last step-up fight, he fought Jarrett Swift-Hurd, and he was knocked the fuck out. Why is anyone fanboying for these guys, saying that, oh, no one should talk about these scrubs they're fighting? Fuck that shit. We have to be 100% honest and unbiased. These guys have fought no one on their records. These guys are fighting scrubs and tomato cans, basically. The biggest name on their records is a fucking beat up and worn out Austin Trout, who's a gatekeeper at this time. That's right. Austin Trout's a fucking gatekeeper and nothing to be worried about. And so Jermall Charlo's fighting Tony Harris, who had already been knocked out twice in a showcase fucking fight. He's not stepping up in competition. Even if you're not going to fight the best of the division, another champion, if you're not going to fight, a Jaime Munguia, a Jarrett Swift-Hurd, I guarantee you, Erislandy Lara would have fought you at 154 pounds. Erislandy Lara would have fought you. He called you out. He said he wants that work. No one's talking about it. They're giving, all these fanboys are giving these guys a pass. Then you look at Willie Monroe Jr. is who Jermall Charlo's fighting. Jermall Charlo, fighting Willie Monroe Jr. Willie Monroe Jr. has 23 wins, 3 losses with 6 knockouts. He's been stopped once in his career. So both of these guys are fighting guys who's already been stopped and who has multiple losses. Willie Monroe Jr. was stopped by Gennady Golovkin in 2015. And basically, his last loss came against a Billy Joe Saunders, where he was outclassed and outboxed for 12 fucking rounds. He was beat the fuck up, and if Billy Joe Saunders put on the gas, he could have fucking stopped him too. I find it funny when these fanboys try to compare Triple G and Canelo to the Charlo brothers and say, well, these guys took tune-ups too. Look at Canelo's fighting Rocky Fielding. Yeah, but Canelo Alvarez fought Triple G twice. Before that, he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. Before that, he fought Miguel Cotto. He's fought a long list of top-level guys and top opposition. Fuck what you're talking about. Neither one of the Charlos has ever faced that type of elite competition. So yeah, Canelo may take a scale back in competition every now and then, but he's still fighting the top and best guys. You can't expect any fighter to not take a low-level fight, but at some fucking point, you have to step up. Canelo and Triple G are proven commodities. Both of these guys are fighting the best in the division and the best fighters. Look at Triple G. I hear a lot of complaints, people saying, well, Triple G fought Vanes Martirosyan. Who gives a fuck? Triple G has fought Canelo twice, and he fought Danny Miracle Man Jacobs, the 2 baddest motherfuckers in the division. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. So make no mistake about it, the Charlo brothers are all hype. They're just hype. They're unproven. This goes to show that no one's ducking them. No one made them take these bum-ass fights because they're ducking them. No one gives a fuck about the Charlo brothers. And ironically, no one even knows who's the bigger star because they're going to have a fucking coin toss to determine who's going to be the headliner. What kind of shit is that? They're pushing these guys to be headliners because they've never headlined a card. And so this is a pathetic display against two opponents who are basically garbage. Most people don't know who these guys are. Most casual boxing fans have no idea who the fuck these guys are. These guys are basically run-of-the-mill gatekeeper type guys. And they're just tomato cans, nice names to have on your record to build you up. At this point in their fights, the Charlo brothers should be fighting higher step-up competition. What happened to us in Islandi Lada? What happened to better competition for Jermall Charlo? What about Jermall Charlo? There's no one fucking better than a Willie Monroe fucking Jr.? And what makes it worse is all these fake boxing channels claiming they're new media, unbiased media. They're full of shit. They're covering for these guys, and all their fanboys are coming out to protect them. It's all bullshit. Let's keep it unbiased, 100% real and honest. IBFP.